What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically, in today's video, we have to continue the consolidation that has happened throughout the weekend, and that is because the S&P 500 is currently closed due to the holidays. Hopefully, you guys had a great holiday or whatever it was that you were celebrating, Christmas, so on and so forth here. Very cold. This is a very cold Christmas for everybody in Florida. 35 degrees out currently at the time I'm making this video. And a lot of you guys commented yesterday that like Ohio and Chicago was like 0 degrees, which is pretty crazy, and even lower with the wind chill, which is also pretty crazy. But you know, feel free to comment where you are, where you're from, and what the temperature is outside. A lot of people from the UK, where it is 70s, which is also crazy too. But with that being said, what we're going to be looking at in today's video is the continued consolidation, the continued sideways trading that most of these cryptocurrencies have taken place with. I'm noticing a pattern developing on Ethereum, I believe, as well as Bitcoin here, which we'll check out for the most part. But I feel like most of today's video, because this is continued, consolidation, the best thing we could do is maybe give a very brief and short market analysis, figure out where we could be moving to, pretty much informing those who haven't watched the channel where I expect to see the dump or correction moving to, or pump, whichever we expect to see happen here, as well as really going in depth about the S&P 500 and the federal funds rate and whether or not interest rate hikes are coming, and keeping you guys informed on that end, because that's truly where and how I see these markets being moved. I believe if we see movement within the federal fund rate and the interest rate, and we see the S&P 500 move, this is overall what is going to affect the rest of the cryptocurrencies as we move forward into 2023. With this all being said, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, super quick, on my second channel, which is linked down in the description below, I dropped a video saying how he went from being homeless to owning a Bugatti, the Stradman. Very cool video. Make sure to check it out. I'm noticing a trend here and a pattern which appears like I am breaking through the YouTube algorithm, which is pretty incredible here. But you guys can see so far, my last video 2 weeks ago has almost 30,000 views here. How rebuilding supercars made him a millionaire. So it seems like I'm kind of figuring out the algorithm a little bit here, seeing what's trending and what's clicking, and that definitely has it. Because I'll tell you what, when I started my crypto channel that you're currently watching, I was not getting 30,000 views with 1,000 subscribers here. We're about to hit 1,100. I think we're 1 subscriber shy, so make sure to go sub to that. But this video is also doing very well here, and I am going to be working on one for this week. Hopefully I can get that out this week, but with the way the holiday is, we'll have to play it by ear. But with that being said, diving into the technical analysis, you can see here everything once again is consolidating as expected, anticipated when the stock market is closed as it is today, because of the appreciation. Because Christmas fell on a Sunday, we appreciate it in observance on the following weekday, which will be today, Monday. So the stock market is going to be closed for today and will open back up tomorrow. Now, what that is causing is a lot of these cryptos to go dormant here. Not many people are trading, which is causing most of these things, as you can see, to flatline out like Bitcoin, flatline down like Ethereum, flatline out like BNB. You can see some of these aren't, but for the most part, most of these are pretty much just trending sideways as expected here. But moving forward from that, what I really want to focus on and talk about in today's video is the S&P. And I know a lot of you guys want me to talk about crypto, and I will, but I feel like it's important to talk about the main driving factor truly that I think is really affecting the markets right now. Now, I believe we are going to continue to dip lower, but I just want to give you my overall plans and thoughts towards the stock market in the next coming months. As you guys know, today is the 26th. We really only have, I think, this week before we start the new year, which is incredible, and hopefully 2023 brings better things to the world than what we had last year, because I think from 2020, 21, 22, in regards to finances and your financial well-being, 2022 has been horrible. 2020 brought the pandemic into 2021. 2021, we had mega stimulus into 2020 and 2021, and that was all taken right back in 2022, 10 times harder with interest and tons of debt, so we really got nailed for that. And how I think we're going to continue to play out here is you can see these are the FOMC meetings when we get usual interest rate hikes, or what the Fed's plan is for, the next coming months here. And for 2023, what I believe is going to happen is with, inflation still at 6%, 7%, we're going to probably see January to February here. So literally next month, we're going to see right around the 31st to the 1st, probably another 0.5 basis point hike. Then another month later, we'll probably see another rate hike right here in March. And then another 0.5 in May here, slowly bringing us down to 3%. And then there's a good chance we'll see another rate hike again in June. It's 50-50 on this one, though. I think there's a chance we could, and there's a chance that the Feds will say, okay, we've raised our interest rate hikes way higher than we've done in like 15 years, if not even more, in like 40 years, and it's time to slow down now. And then I think June, or starting in July, September, October, November, December, this will just be like 6 months where they just leave everything the same, and leaving that sink in will slowly lower the inflation down to hopefully down to maybe 4% or 3% into the start of 2024, which is another year from now that we have to get through, but that will be more normal. And then I think after that, the beginning of 2024, January 1st, around this time, they'll start to taper off the interest rates, and the interest rates will gradually dip back down fairly quickly, I like to think, because if you look at the federal fund rate, you can see here on the Fed chart, you can see how quickly they usually taper this down. You can see back, let's go to 2005 here. You can see we had increased interest rates from about 1% in 2004 up to 5.25% in 2006. So we had 2 years of raising the interest rates. And between 2007 and 2008, within 1 year, they dropped the interest rates down from 5% down to 0.2%. So within 1 year, they dropped what took over 2 years to gain up to. Then they taper it off. There's always this point here where they allow things to just kind of sit steady before they immediately kill off the interest rates. That's what I think is going to happen very soon again. You could see here between 2016 and maybe 2019, we had 3 years where the Feds pretty much, or we could start it in the end of 2016 here, 2017 into 2018 here, into 2019. So we had about 2.5 years here. We shot interest rates from 0.4% up to 2.4. And then within 2019 to 2020, we completely nuked them and got rid of the interest rates here. And that caused us a steep decline within 1 year, canceled out what 3 years of consolidation did. Well, here we are in 2022, shooting interest rates up to like a very, high rate. And now we're most likely going to start canceling them off fairly soon as well. We'll see how long that ideally takes, though, come 23, 24, and 25. But that's going to have a big influence on cryptocurrency here. And I believe, and why I'm giving you this spiel, is that it is going to affect the way these cryptos move. And I believe what we're going to see is as the Feds increase the interest rates, we will most likely consolidate, if not fall a little bit lower. And then come 24, 25, we'll start to see cryptos reverse back up as the Bitcoin halving, as you can see, the next Bitcoin halving is right around 2024. You can see when is the next Bitcoin halving, right around 24, 25. You can see it happens right here. The next Bitcoin halving is scheduled to take place in 2024 on June 13th. And as you guys know, typically when the halvings happen, the crypto prices swing up right after that. So when was the last Bitcoin? Check it out, Bitcoin halving. You can see here we had Bitcoin halvings on, 2016 and 2020 here. So check it out. Typically what happens when a halving comes in and how the price reacts. So you can see this is 365 days after the halving. So this is when the halving took place right here in 2012. And immediately after that, we exploded to the upside. Then we had another halving. Where is it? I believe that was it. Maybe not. That could be a lie here. Yeah, the halving was right here, 1128. My apologies. This is the halving, and this is what happened after that. We had another halving right here in 2016. This is what happened before, usually a slump, and then we have a reversal to the upside. So it's very interesting when you see this. And this is what I expect to see happen in 2024 for Bitcoin specifically. Notice here, before the halving, this is 365 days before the halving. What do we see? We see the major dump, we see consolidation, then the halving takes place, then we explode to the upside. Well, same thing happened again. We had a rally to the upside here, we had a dump, and then we started to come back up again, and the halving takes place, and we see another explosion. Then flash forward to 2020, we had the same thing, correction downwards, small movement to the upside, halving took place, and we shot up again. So you could see 365 days before the halving, 385%. Then we had 8,000% after the halving. Next halving that took place 365 days before, we had 142% gain. After the halving, 284. Then we have a 17% gain, and then we have 559% gain after the halving. So you can see the past three times we've had positive reactions to the halvings for the following year. So there's a very good chance that we're going to see the same positive reaction take place at, come the next halving as well for the next following year. And I expect that to take and influence these cryptos, and that's not until 2024 into 2025. And that's going to be the year that I truly believe we're going to see another mega pump like we saw in 2017, 2018, and then into 2021, that range, 2020, 2021. So we have to be patient for that. I know that's a while. I know we're entering 23, but it's about another year to a year and a half before we see any crazy stuff take off again. So it is going to be a while here, but we have to be patient. I do believe, and we do see movements, as you saw, there was still positive reactions to these markets prior to any of these bullish runs happening. You saw with the halvings here that there was 200% gains, 300% gains in the year, a little over a year prior to the halving taking place. So there is still trades to be made, and I do believe we are going to see these within these cryptos. XRP, though, short term is consolidating, so that's why we've talked about other things today. Ethereum is doing the same thing, more of a consolidation standpoint, and I truly believe we're seeing some sort of kind of uptrend here. If you really want to get, technical, you can draw something like this and see, hey, we're getting in line with this top resistance too. You can see kind of the pattern that's forming here, some sort of ascending fractal formation. You can do the same thing on Bitcoin too. Ethereum is more so consolidating, but this is identical as well. Some sort of uptrend here, ascending triangle, top resistance. We're filling in the gap here, and we're gonna decide whether we're going to be breaking bullish or bearish outside of this. And I don't think we're seeing that as much on XRP, but I'll check it out. Not so much here. You could probably draw an uptrend if we draw something like this, and then we draw maybe a resistance here. But for the most part, we are filling in this gap, and a decision is going to have to be made, but probably not until tomorrow. With that being said, smash the like button, turn up those notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.